JM Storytellers, go insane!
What up, it's your boy John Madison, and I'm back with the JM Storytellers Workshop podcast, when making becomes a crime, 3D printing laws and the future of creators. Segment 1. Let me ask you something real quick. When did creating something with your own two hands start to look suspicious? We live in a time where you can print a toy, a tool, a prosthetic, or a piece of art just from your own home. And somehow, that's starting to make people uncomfortable. Not because of what most of us are making, but because of what could be made. Today, we're talking about 3D printing, recent legislation, and the bigger question underneath it all. Is innovation being slowly misunderstood or slowly criminalized? Segment 2, what's actually happening? So let's slow this down and strip the noise away. Did you know that right now there are proposed laws like Washington House Bills 2320 and 2321 that aim to regulate aspects of 3D printing and digital files? On paper, the intention sounds familiar: public safety. But here's the underlying issue. These laws don't always clearly separate criminal intent from everyday creative use. Makers, artists, toy designers, inventors, people like you, people like me, they trying to screw us over, man. But nothing can stop us if you're a real creator. I don't care what I got. Here's the real fear in the makers community. Not I want to do something illegal, but will I accidentally become illegal for doing something completely normal? Because when rules aren't precise, platforms start to overreact, accesses get restricted, innovation slows. Small creators get squeezed first. These big companies, they all have lawyers. Indie artists, we have passion and a printer. Let's be honest for a second, or let's just be honest in general forever. Most people using 3D printers are either making toys, replacement parts, assistive devices, educational models, prototypes, and custom tools. I'm over here printing characters, worlds, stories that you can actually hold into your hand. 3D printing has helped kids learn engineering, disabled people gain independence, creators bypass gatekeepers, small ideas become real things. And maybe that is what's the problem. Maybe these big companies, they don't want us to do that. Maybe they want us to stay sucked into their frequency and want us to just be buying from them. They don't want us to be creating our own, because once they know that we're creating our own and we don't need them anymore, guess what? Do I gotta say that? I don't even have to say the words, right? So maybe that's the real reason why they want to take all of our things away from us that help us create and be innovative towards the future for our own families and for the world at that. Reducing this entire technology to the worst hypothetical use is lazy work. Segment 5, the slippery slope. Here's where it gets bigger than printers. If we start regulating files instead of actions, if we punish tools instead of intent, what really happens next? Music software, AI art, game mods, coding scripts, and digital blueprints. History shows this pattern clearly. New tech arrives, fears spike. Laws rush in, and creators pay the price. But let me tell you something. Innovation doesn't stop. It just moves underground or overseas. Segment 6, safety versus fear. Now let me be clear, this is very important. Safety matters. Nobody's arguing against responsibility. But fear-based legislation almost always misses the mark. It doesn't stop bad actors, it burdens the good ones. And here's some real solutions to focus on. Education, clear decisions, enforcement of existing laws, accountability for misuse, not ownership. I mean, let's be serious. You don't ban cameras because crimes get filmed. You don't ban cars because they can get misused. And we see that all the time with drunk driving, right? But you don't ban the cars, right? You punish the individual and have them take accountability. You don't ban the whole situation. You deal with the actions, not the tools. Perfect. Let's get back to it. Segment 7. My point of view as a creator, as someone who designs toys, builds universes, prints prototypes, creates for kids, fans, and families, it kind of hits close. 3D printing gave me freedom. Freedom to create without asking permission. Freedom to test ideas. Freedoms to actually bring my dreams into reality. When laws start to treat creators like suspects instead of contributors, that's when culture is gonna suffer. We need more makers, more builders, more dreamers, not fewer. A call to awareness. Okay, so this episode isn't about panic, so I don't want you to do that. It's about just paying attention, know what's being proposed, ask questions, support clear and smart policies, and not reactionary fear. And most importantly, don't let anybody convince you that your creativity is somehow dangerous. Because once making becomes a crime, we will all lose something collectively. Hey, I'm John Madison, and this is the JM Storytellers Workshop Podcast. Keep creating, stay informed, and most importantly, stay human.
Johnny Madison, babe, oh yeah.
Wanna hear him roll, oh yeah. Johnny Madison, babe, oh yeah. Wanna hear him roll, oh yeah. Johnny Madison, babe, oh yeah.
With his friends, it don't seem so scary. For the power, get your elderberries. Out the cave, put your suit, you ready. Space love race, hit your fools already. And don't think he can't fight, cause he cool or friendly. Mother bear's kinda late. Johnny out the cave, mother bears hibernate. Lolo out the water and he found himself a mate. Boom, he came down just to make sure he was straight. Robbie on his side, even if he need a ride. And this his girlfriend Bella, on a rollerblade, said bears don't skate. Johnny Madison, babe, oh yeah. Wanna hear him roar, oh yeah. Johnny Madison, babe, oh yeah. Wanna hear him roar, oh yeah. Johnny Madison, babe, oh yeah. We don't watch Pooh Bear, Paddington neither. It's Johnny Madison Bear only.